we have Yogesh Gupta, who is Director of Client Relations at IDXL, one of Turnkey's key service provider partners, and Brad Calloway, Turnkey's Director of Global Presales. Today, the two will be reviewing some insights on mobile application development, as well as specific challenges and trends that we are seeing in the market. So, without further delay, I'll turn the floor over to Yogesh to get started. Yogesh?
Yeah, thanks, Stacey. Thanks, everyone, for joining in. Before we start the webinar, I'd like to introduce very quickly IDXL and Turnkey Solutions. IDXL is an IT service company providing cutting-edge technology solutions and testing services to Fortune 500 companies since 1998. We are around 700 associates strong and have 10 global locations. We are proud to say that most of our workforce is domain certified, and thus we bring in strong domain knowledge, technical capabilities, and thought leadership to our client engagements. At the same time, we are partnered with industry-leading technologies like Oracle, IBM, Microsoft, and HP. We are also partnered with leading solution providers such as Turnkey Solutions. So I welcome to you all for this webinar. We also have Turnkey with us, and Turnkey Solutions has been founded in 1989, HP Technology Partners since 1995. Turnkey Solutions have developed a BPT, one of our only 3 companies with HP OEM resale. Our automated testing solutions are built exclusively on the industry-leading HP ALM technology stack. A scriptless automated testing designed for business users, not just IT. It completely eliminates VB coding and deep UTP skill set requirements. With that, I welcome Brad to take over and deliver the webinar. Thank you all.
Thank you, Yogesh. So today we're going to talk about developing a mobile app strategy. I think it helps a little bit to kind of understand where we used to be and kind of where things are going. I would say 20 years ago, most people were at a green screen and everything was held on a mainframe, and things were mainframe applications. And over the last 20 years, we've seen applications going from there to more web-based applications, where people are actually accessing these applications on laptops and desktops anywhere. Over the last, I would say, 5 years, we've seen that take a step further, and people are no longer just accessing these web applications through laptops and desktops, but they're also now accessing them on all the different mobile devices that are out there today, whether that be Android, iOS, maybe a Windows phone. And where we see this going is that, anything customer-facing, any customer-facing application going forward, there's definitely going to be a mobile solution for that. I think if we even look at internal solutions or applications, we're going to see quite a few of those have mobile solutions or mobile applications as well, because the more ways people can access an application, the more productive they can be. So we really see, the mobile space growing very, very quickly. And in saying that, you need to have a strategy to go ahead and account for all these different applications that you're going to be accessing in different ways. If we look at the next 2 years, there's some predominant players in this market in the mobile environment, and namely Android and Apple or iOS. But then there's a couple different types of ways that the applications are developed. That can be native iOS or native Android, and we see significant growth that's going to happen there. People are still going to want to access HTML through their mobile applications, so there's going to be growth there. And then there's hybrid applications that are popping up all over the place. So we need a way to address this problem of all these different applications that are running not only on different development platforms but on different devices as well. So you really need to develop a strategy to where your whole team can collaborate and manage these mobile devices. And so, we see the complexity of this environment, it is very, very difficult to manage. So you need to come up with a strategy. And so, what we're going to be talking about today is, I don't want to have all my different applications have different development teams that have their own devices, because the cost of that quickly escalates. We need to come up with a strategy that better aligns people, process, and technology. Today we're going to be talking about technology to access those mobile devices across all your different teams. as well as a testing strategy that is not going to require either a lot of manual testing or very, very technical people to go ahead and build automation. We're going to talk about how we access our devices and then how we can quickly build out a test strategy to be able to test those mobile applications. Just talking about mobility pain points, today, all your different teams might have mobile devices, and they might all be testing them individually. That's part of the pain points. But if we look at the overall pain points, the cost to repair a poor quality is very expensive. So if I'm not testing these devices accurately, that's going to be very costly. If we look at down at the bottom, the fact that I have a poor quality application is always going to damage the brand. I think there are studies out there that says once an application fails in a customer's hands, they're very unlikely to go back to it because there's many, many different options out there. If we look at the agile methodology and how people are adopting that methodology across your more legacy applications as well as mobile applications, if you don't have a mobile solution, a way for people to access your mobile devices to be able to do all the different tasks within that agile methodology, you're going to be very, very inefficient. Next, these devices are not cheap, and if we think about large organizations and all the number of different devices that are required to have, not to mention all the different operating systems that are required to have to be able to test, the number of mobile devices that I would need to have in my inventory is a huge expense. So to have a centralized cloud, if you will, of mobile devices where we can share devices across the organization is going to be very, very cost effective. And then lastly, when we look at mobile applications and how dynamic they are, there's a ton of test cases that we need to test. Once again, releasing a poor quality mobile application should not be an option. So you really need also to develop a mobile testing strategy that fits in with that agile methodology to be able to test all the different variations of the functions that those mobile applications deliver. If I don't have access to my devices, that's going to be a big problem. There's many, many different variations of manufacturer / operating systems, and there's been studies that are saying the quality of an application is directly related to the number of devices tested. So you really need to have that inventory of devices and operating systems to be able to test against. I would say in general, people are generally on Apple or Android at a certain OS level, but that doesn't account for everyone. So the more apps the more devices / operating systems that you test, the better chance you're going to have of really delivering that quality application within the mobile space. So I'm going to present to you the first part of this webinar, which is the first part of the problem, which is, okay, I know I have these mobile applications. I know they run on different types of devices, on different types of operating systems. So how do I manage these as a whole? There is a solution out there by Mobile Labs, and it's called Device Connect. And just in general, Device Connect, just think of it as a huge cabinet that has multiple different types of devices in it that anybody can access across your organization. So that's to be the first thing that we talk about. Then we'll talk about once you have access to all these different mobile devices, how do you develop a sound testing strategy to make sure that you deliver a quality application? We're talking about this device cloud, and let's just talk about the different types of pains that it reduces. Having one centralized location that is secure to host all the different device types is going to lower your capital budget. It's going to allow people to share those devices across your organization, resulting in fewer idle devices, and it's going to let everybody that needs access to those devices have an opportunity to work with them. So your testers, developers, your QA managers, test managers, they're all going to have access to those mobile devices in a secure cloud. There's the ability with Device Connect to request reservations. So really you're going to be able to reduce the amount of time it takes to have access to that device. and it's going to boost collaboration. So when you think about DevOps and how everybody has to work together, having one centralized location to access all your mobile devices is definitely going to boost productivity. So there's a couple different solutions on the market today. There's some mobile solutions that are going to be in a what we're going to call a public cloud. The specific solution that we're going to be talking about today, the Device Connect by Mobile Labs, is actually a private cloud. So this sits within your firewall. And some of the bigger reasons to select a private versus a public cloud is basically security concerns. If you're a financial institution or someone that has very strict regulatory or compliance restrictions, having this cloud inside your firewall eliminates all the security concerns that you might have with a public type of cloud. And still provide you the same type of access, all those different types of devices across the different operating systems. So, I kind of talked about it a little bit, but you're seeing an exact picture, if you will, of Device Connect. It's literally a wheeling cabinet with a number of slots that connect through a USB to the Mobile Labs or Device Connect server. And then there's a portal that I can access each and every one of these devices that exist in this cabinet. This cabinet could exist within your data center. It can exist anywhere inside your firewall. And then anybody who has access to your environment can access a website to attach to any one of these mobile devices. So a very, very easy solution to implement. I think we get it set up within 4 hours of being on site. People will actually have connectivity to these mobile devices. If we take a look at how we access these mobile devices, people that are inside, say your office building through the LAN, they can connect to the Device Connect server. If you have an offshore services team, they I'm sure have a way, maybe through VPN or a point-to-point VPN, of getting inside your firewall, and they can also connect to the this Device Connect server. And of course, all your mobile devices are connected to there as well. So anybody that lives inside your firewall will have access to this mobile device cloud. And really, this could be developers, test engineers, support engineers. People can train off the mobile devices. People can architect new solutions, as well as, for example, if we did our mobile demo for you, you would see myself actually connect to Device Connect and attach to the mobile devices in our Device Connect. Once again, we are a private mobile cloud solution. It's very secure, and each and every one of those mobile devices are connected through a USB port to each one of those specific mobile devices. And now we can share those mobile devices across your organization. So when we think about, why do I want to go with physical mobile devices instead of maybe going with an emulator, some of the emulator solutions that are on the market today. A lot of this has to deal with how people interact with mobile devices. Swiping a screen, scrolling down, getting the response time of the mobile device. All these type of things or these type of actions that we perform on our mobile devices are not accurately simulated in a simulation type of situation. So if these type of things are important to you, going with not a simulator, but going with a physical operating, a physical device that you're working off of should be very, very important to you. Just to talk about a little bit about kind of what Device Connect solves. It allows you to touch the application or the mobile application, which is very important from a collaboration standpoint. Everybody on your team can see exactly how that mobile application works on that device. It also allows for manual testing. Device Connect provides a centralized location to manage your entire device inventory, so you have management of those devices. As we're going to see, and what we're going to focus on next, is you can roll out an automated testing strategy, and you can literally not only test functionality, but you can have the same test case run across multiple different operating systems of the same manufacturer. So there's an automation solution domain here as well. And then not to mention the development side of the house as well. We won't be talking much about that today, but that capability is available for you. Just to talk real quick to recap some of the key capabilities, this private mobile cloud solution allows you to develop and test your applications. It has reporting capabilities. You can manage all the different applications on each of the individual mobile applications through Device Connect. Of course, we can access and manage all the devices. We can access who gets access